this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. We're all irrational here. Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Alright. You know what that means. She is a little bit salty.
He is a whole lot of petty, and together we're the Salty and Petty Podcast. Duh.
Alright, we're back. This time we're going to discuss, I think we discussed the premiere. Now we're going to discuss this, hopefully the season 1 finale, not the series.
Well, no, season 2 got renewed for season 2.
Yes. Nice.
Like last year, yeah, I looked it up.
Nice. So the season 1 finale of The Irrational, starring Jesse Martin.
If you're not watching on YouTube, my hashtag is Old People TV, and I'm okay with that. This can be a comfort show. I feel like this show could go for at least seven seasons.
Old people. Oh, yeah, it's NBC.
Exactly.
All right. So, yes. Okay. Totally. Well, not a little off topic. So, did you see anything about a Quantum Leap renewal?
I didn't look.
Okay.
But I can look real quick.
Okay. Oh, I take it you haven't been watching?
I'm caught up, but like, you know. Yeah.
That one, it's like they kind of ended it where it's like I'd be interested to see where it goes, but if they ended it there, it's kind of like okay, they kind of gave it an ending.
I don't see a renewal in their wiki. Usually they post it if they've already done it. So. Yeah, I think it is. Wait, hold on. What season would that make it? 3?
Season 3. Yeah, if it came back.
Okay. Nope. As of February 22nd, I haven't seen any information about it yet. So, fingers crossed. It can still... I mean, they have a lot of... Like, this show got affected by the SAG strike, and I know Quantum did, too, like, in a bigger way than this one did. So, they could still probably come back on 2020... winter 2025.
Okay.
So, you can keep hope alive. If there's, like, get a campaign going or do something if you really feel passionate about the show.
Okay.
Because I was surprised this got renewed, to be honest.
Well, I mean, again, like you said, Old People TV, NBC's, most of the 3 major networks, well, this and CBS at least, it's like procedurals, they're all in the
it took that big dip after the winter break, and it kind of really didn't recover. But, like, I'm surprised, like, because it's, like, roughly between 2.5, like, at the highest peak, it was, like, 3.8 million people, well, no, basically 4 million people watching that second and third episode. And then for the finale, it dipped down to, like, barely 2.5. But, like, I just looked it up. And SVU is only getting 5 million views.
Oh, really?
And like, in their best, like, in season 25, it's only been, like, a couple of episodes. But, yeah, they started off at, like, 5.5 million. And, like, they're already down to, like, roughly 4.5 million viewers in the 4th episode. So, it's just network TV. It's not like it used to be where you would get 20 million, 30 million, like, consistently. So, I was just like, oh, that's so interesting compared to, like, back in the day.
I mean, I'm still... This is
like CW numbers. Like, no tea, no shade.
What, SVU or all of them?
All of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, because, again, there's so much...
You gotta remember, like, Arrow and The Flash were, like, the highest, like, ranking, like, episode, the premieres were like the highest ranking episodes ever of any CW show. So the Arrow beat the first one, and then Flash beat it, and then nothing else really beat the Flash, because
nothing beats him.
At least Grant Gustin. Ezra Miller, don't ever think we're talking about you.
No.
So yeah, let's get into it. In case you missed when we talked about the pilot, I'll just catch it up. The Irrationals is a crime drama starring Jesse L. Martin. It premiered September 25th of 2023 on NBC. It is based on a nonfiction book called Predictably Irrational: The Hidden Forces That Shape Our Decisions by Dan Ariely. And it got renewed back in November 2023 for season 2. The show is about Alex Mercer, who's a world-renowned professor of behavioral psychology. The only reason why he got into the field is because he got blown up in a bomb 20 years ago.
Yeah, 60. Yes,
he's basically Sherlock because he goes around. He's like a consultant for the police, specifically the FBI and his ex-wife, who is an FBI agent. And he does other things like governments, corporations, law enforcement, but mostly FBI stuff. And he now has another female love interest who used to be basically they confirmed it. She used to be MI6 who got her cover blown. And I love fucking Rose. I love his wife. I've actually like Trevina Springer as a sister has grown on me. Like at first it was giving Felicity vibes, but now she's kind of like developing into her own. They just need to really focus her.
Yeah, I like her, but like we mentioned when we talked to Premiere, yeah, it's just so weird because she seems so much younger than him. But I do like the character.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if they actually ever stop and think about it, it's gonna be like, he has like another sister they haven't talked about, and the mom is actually her grandma or something. Like it's just like that age gap is big. Like just age gaps like that don't really happen nowadays. It just doesn't.
And again, I'm sorry, Jesse Martin, but at one point in this episode, he always says something like, "Oh, maybe you should go down and stay with Dad." I'm like, how old is Dad?
I thought the same thing. I thought he had to at least be dead.
Well, no, it's so weird because I forget what was it? They mentioned something.
Oh, maybe they only have siblings, and that's the twist because men can have kids forever.
Well, they mentioned something in this episode, or it may seem like his character's only in his 40s. I'm like, so Jesse Martin's supposed to be my age in this thing?
It's like, babes.
I mean,
I'm telling you, like like I said, I didn't think that this role was specifically written for Jesse Martin, but because they didn't find anybody, they were like, well, hey, we know he's not doing anything. He probably would love to come back to the network.
Yeah.
Because A, of the sister's age, and B, like it was 20 years ago that he got blown up, and that the guy that plays him in the flashback looks way younger.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah. That was it. That was the That's what it was, because it was like the flashback, and what was it like early 2000s, and him and his buddy were like in their 20s. I'm like, okay, so there's 20.
I mean, to be fair, he did spend a lot of time. His body has gone through a lot of trauma because of being burned all over his body, and stress does age you. But come on, Jesse, like I told you, you're smart. He looks good for his age. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Jesse L. Martin, but
I love Jesse Martin too.
He is a little longer too. He is actually 55 years old. So once they
cast him, they should have maybe did a little
updated it a little bit. Yeah.
Instead of the sister, maybe make that his daughter or something.
Like I said, I definitely don't think this was specific. Like I said, because the guy that wrote the book is actually Jewish. And he the author himself is a little controversial, because if you know anything about specifically this field of behavioral psychology, and if you look at the college A that he graduated from and B the one that he works at, it screams CIA asset. I'm just saying it does. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm not going to argue with you about it. And it kind of like the show, actually, if you can extrapolate, because it is based on a real person, you can kind of see some of these things. If you watch the news a lot, you can kind of, this is probably, I'd say 5 years ago. I think this script had probably floated around for a while, because a lot of these episodes, I'm like, that kind of sounds familiar. Like that one specific reporter that got poisoned, the Russian. That is ripped from the headlines. A lot of these things are actually ripped from the headlines, but they're kind of older. So I'm definitely for sure that this script floated around for a while.
Yeah, I remember when that episode was on, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, was there a story about this? Yeah.
So, I mean, Jesse, I love him, and every single review I've seen of the show, they say Jesse carries the show on his back, and he does.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he does.
He's a name. He's the
reason why I started watching it.
Me too.
At first, I was like, I didn't really want to watch it, and then there was literally nothing else that season, season that came out that I was really interested in. So I was like, oh, it's another procedural. It'll just be a comfort show, and I actually like this show. I like the premise of the show. I ended up reading the book. It's right in my wheelhouse. I get it. So yeah.
Oh no, Jesse Martin's name. Yeah, that's the whole reason we started watching this. Yeah,
and like I said, I was surprised. I'm surprised that this show is not produced by Greg Berlanti. I am so friggin' shocked. This feels like a Berlanti show. Am I crazy?
Well, you said aren't there some flash writers?
The other show that I watched that's on NBC, the only other show that I started watching last TV season was Found, and that is a Greg Berlanti show, and that's the one with Mark Paul Gosselaar and Shanola Hampton.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, that show's a little dark though. That's why it surprised me.
Hey.
It's about this lady who got kidnapped, and then she is holding her kidnapper 20 years later hostage.
I saw the commercials. I got that for the
Yeah, that's for the dark romance girlies. Like, I was just like, that is... They got Zach Morris down in the dungeon locked up.
Yeah, that is dark.
Yeah. So I was like, that definitely doesn't feel like a Berlanti show. It's so funny. Like, I enjoy this show. It's very, it's a lighthearted, like, they handle some, like, kind of heavy things, but it's not, like, in a dark way. It's, like, a very, it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the opposite of pessimistic?
Optimistic?
There we go. Man, I didn't want to use that word, I guess. Yeah.
Well, this is like
the optimistic view.
Well, it's like I can't even pronounce that word.
Exactly. I feel sick just saying it. And I like the cast. Like, I didn't think I was really gonna like the cast, but like they have all grown on me.
Oh yeah.
So let's just kind of get into the plot of this. So it's like I do like how it's like, okay, we solved the mystery of who blew him up and why in the finale. And then the new mystery is like, all of a sudden, Rose has got kidnapped. Like, that's our cliffhanger, right? So it's like, okay.
That was part of why
the Matthias reveal was kind of lazy.
Well,
I'm in the chat for Jace, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he got killed in the penultimate episode. This is for when future Lilith is able to drink, by the way.
Boy, January 2025, man, you're really gonna be drunk as you re-listen to 2024. Yes, F in the chat for Jace. Yes.
But it ended up being her boss, the main guy, the head of intelligence. And it's like the church bombing, because I thought it couldn't have been Jace. Like, he couldn't have been in cahoots because he was actually on the right track about the senator, right? Yeah. It was kind of clearly he was kind of on the right track. He just didn't really have, he was so close, but no cigar.
Well, yeah, like she said, they both trusted him, yeah.
Yeah. And it just like, so I guess the church bombing, it killed 13 people and injured our main character back in 2002. And it was just a ruse because the congressional candidate Kevin Sanford, who's played fantastically by James Tupper, he always plays a real mean, shrewd son of a bitch. You just gotta love it. To avoid a political scandal, because I guess one of his staffer had died like in his arms a couple of days earlier. And then, so it's like, they thought it was a hate crime the whole time, right? The guy
he kills a black church, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's supposed to be Virginia. And you know what? Also, it's shot in, did I mention this in the first, when we talked about the part that it's shot in Vancouver?
Oh, you might have, yeah.
So that's probably why it gives the flash. But, like, it makes sense because, like, DC and Virginia are actually pretty lush. Like, once you get right outside the city center, it's pretty lush.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I get it, but, like, I know Vancouver when I freaking see it. Worked up there, lived up there. I know it when I see it. All my favorite shows shoot up there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I was kind of worried that maybe it wasn't going to get renewed because they did kind of wrap that whole thing up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
so.
I was surprised they didn't drag this out.
But
like after that I thought the penultimate episode was great. I thought that would have been great to just leave it. Like because it was episode 10, so I was not expecting 11. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was it. That was the season finale. Really did. I was like, oh, there's one more. Like I was on Peacock and they're like, you have one more one more episode of the Irrationals. Please watch. Yeah, Peacock's a little pushy. It's a little pushy.
Yeah, I know. But it's because I was like, oh no, is this going to be it? But what was I going to say?
They can't leave Rose kidnapped.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, look at Arrow Williams still hanging out there.
It's because he didn't come from the loins of Felicity.
Hey-oh.
Let's not we'll save that for our anniversary episode. Okay?
Well, do you think they wrote this final episode before they knew about the renewal? Is that possible?
Definitely. I think, like I said, they were on strike, right? And I feel like this season was supposed to have 13 because NBC is not really the type to have like 10.
Yeah,
11.
11's a weird number. So yeah, I'm thinking it was like they had time to do. They pushed out as many as they had time to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, it's her boss, which it felt a little lazy.
Her
honestly.
mentor. I know, but
she spent more time with Jace. So
I
it's
know.
like,
but it kind of makes sense though because the boss, it's like, she would trust him, and as the head of what as a big muck-a-muck in the FBI, he would have access to information and stuff because, we saw the bomber killed last episode. And
Yep.
Even though
they're definitely leading to it being an inside mole, and his sister had even said as much. But it's crazy because this episode began with the funeral of Jace Richards, the love interest for Marissa. Although not a good look because it was her partner and technically her boss too. Whatever. I don't like that. But he had been helping her, so, we knew he was going to be in danger. And it's like, okay, are we doing the love triangle thing? Because when he got, like, blown up and, like, set on fire the last time, and, like, she was, like, really emotional about it, and he was just, like, unfazed.
Yeah.
He was so unfazed.
Well, again, that is such a trope, in like shows and stuff where it's like, the woman they're broken up, the woman finds a boyfriend, and then he starts dating someone, and then, maybe the wife breaks up with...
You know what it's giving? It's giving Black Lightning.
Really?
Like, that's how initially the season started off, like, because he wasn't over her, they were broken up. And I thought that was going to be the thing. And then Rose shows up, and then she has a boyfriend. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll go the mature route. That'd be cool. But, like, now that he's dead...
Yeah, but yeah,
and Rose is missing.
Again, that is like TV trope 101 is the love triangle like that. Yeah,
it's like we're too old to be doing this stuff. Like, all these characters are way too old to be doing this, babes.
What? Jesse Martin's a young man of 40. Come on.
Allegedly.
I know. Even that's kind of old for the love triangle, isn't it? Like you're in your 40s, like,
It's like, yeah, anything over like 28, I do not want to see a love triangle. I'm sorry. You're grown. Make decisions, okay? So then it's like Marissa, Jason, Alec discarded the theory that Sanford was behind the bombing, but then she's just like, nah. Somebody at high up is involved. Because, like, they're just, like, kind of putting it together, like, okay, the bomb went off, and...
Why would he bomb his own event?
Yeah, exactly. And the cleanup crew was the real target of the bombing, and then it's like, well, somebody's hiding something. They're going to be irrational. Let's find out. Oh, man, the flashback to the scene where the senator and that girl was dead. Like, that was
where she OD'd and stuff.
She's like all foamy. Nasty.
Yeah, because they set it up to look like they were having an affair, but no, it's just they OD'd. She OD'd.
Yeah, let me show you this.
Oh, I you know what? I was looking it up. I did see that picture. Yeah, that's yeah. Throw that up for the listeners. Yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah,
I was laughing so hard.
I hope that's an OD.
That's why you don't do toaster strudels.
Lil's like, it'll kill you.
Yeah, so they're working it out, and they're like, okay, he had 3 staffers working on cleanup the night of the bombing. Only 1 survived. So they go talk to Richard Simler. And I was like, okay, that's a weird last name. Leave it alone. But he disappeared after the bombing. So they call up Rose, and she's like, hey, he's actually working as a covert CIA agent. What? So they track him down. He's like, yeah, just 2 nights before the bombing, there was like some weird campaign of it. Never go on. If you're not a rich person, do not go on a yacht with rich people. Bad things will happen to you. This is literally facts. Every single time. That's just life pro tip with Lil Hellfire.
Just ask any woman who's been with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, no, they get their hearts broken because they turn 25.
Oh!
26? Yeah, he's done with them when they're 26.
Well, yeah, somebody lives in a glass house, shouldn't throw stones. I mean,
it's one of the only double standards that's good for a woman. Leave me alone. Use it to my advantage, damn it!
Lil's like, don't you shit on my fountain of youth.
Sucking life force?
Oh! No Twinkies or toaster strudels.
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels, so.
So yeah, then he goes, oh yeah, we noticed that he was like apparently a womanizer, and he had this campaign aide named Natalie Price, and they were in the back room, and then like he followed him, and he was like, Natalie was like passed out and foaming at the mouth, and he's like, no, she took too many Percocets. And he's like, I gave her CPR, she's okay. And then all of a sudden she was a victim of a bombing.
If you're doing drugs, wouldn't you at least lock the door?
Oh my god, Percocets? Like, listen, I know they're dangerous, right? But Percocet, we couldn't do something. I mean, come on, it's DC. We all know it should have been Sugar Booger. We all know.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Did she have an allergy or something, or
something like that?
Yeah.
It's like, babes, you can't be taking drugs if you don't know what you're allergic to. Like, reduction of harm. If you're going to do drugs, at least practice the reduction of harm methods, please. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah. So that happened. And then Alec and Marissa are like, oh, Natalie died on the yacht. Yada, yada, yada. Like, yeah, okay. So who's his accomplice? Oh, do-do-do. they get the answer because like Phoebe researches it as well as Rizwan. Shout out to Phoebe who she got a new job because she was really traumatized about when they got taken hostage. But they said she's not actually leaving the show; that she will be in season 2.
Oh, okay. I saw that. That's what had me worried about the renewal. I was like, so are they doing that because they're not bringing the show back, or is she leaving?
No, like she's. Okay. I guess the job that he got her might be part of season 2's mystery or something.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay, cool.
They said it definitely is gonna like tie back into everything. Like she's not just gonna be off on her own doing her little Felicity thing.
Yeah,
it's gonna actually. Good. So yeah, I mean, I could have done. I thought I actually liked the girl that was his former assistant when we went to Vegas. So I thought maybe they were gonna bring her back. But I did a little research and it said, Molly Clunes, who plays Phoebe, is definitely gonna be back. So, but I thought that would be cool to bring her back because she seemed like she was miserable in Vegas. So then they learned that, so they're talking and they sneak into the senator's office and like, oh, look at him with all his little war buddies. I'm like, Sanford has a Purple Heart.
Oh my.
Apparently he stormed an enemy machine gun nest and he led his men to safety. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? And he said, oh no, that's my boss, Bob Caswitz. They're like, aha, that's who Matthias is.
Aha.
Yep. That's a crazy leap. They're like, okay, so he used his connections with the FBI to find somebody to make the bomb, Wes Banning. And then they found another person to plant it, Peter Shelby. And then he just terrorized him into like taking the fall and threatening to hurt Wes Banning's daughter, Dahlia. And they're like, oh man, this is crazy. That's wild. And they're like, oh, that's how he found Wes's daughter. It's like, yeah, obviously it was an inside job the whole time, guys.
Yeah, see, there's FBI research.
And then Marissa's like, Jace, oh man. Jace trusted him. I trusted him. They're like, we thought Bob was an honorable man. Like, babes, you guys work in law enforcement. Be so fucking serious. And, just for Nolan cases, listen to ACAB. So, yeah. And then it's like, so, I guess Bob was repaying his debt to Sanford. That's wild. That's why you don't date people in the military. Just ask somebody that had a parent in the military, so I can say that. It's okay.
Oh, my.
So, yeah. His loyalty was a high order moral obligation. I was just like, that sounds crazy. So they go confront Bob outside the rebuilt church. And then they convince him, he pulls out his gun. They're like, no, make a better choice. And then Stanford shot him. He's like, no, I was trying to save you guys. He's like, nah, bud. He's like, no, he totally acted alone from his twist. Nah, buddy. Alec confronted him, and he's like, before the press conference, to announce his run for president.
I know. No, we never played anyone bad in the White House.
Yeah, and then so we also get like another like little flashback to the night of the yacht fundraiser, where he did slip something into her drink and loosen her up, and that's when he's like, "Oh, she had an allergic reaction to the opioids. Don't drink around rich people on a yacht, idiot." Exactly. That's just common sense, but I'm sorry.
And life pro tip, even if you think the microphone is off, don't be confessing a decades-long conspiracy while you have a mic pack on.
You know what's crazy, though? It happens in real life all the freaking time. Hot mic.
Either you forget they have it, or they don't know it's on,
That's so crazy.
You'll hear him go to the bathroom. Something.
Yeah, that was so funny. He's like, how could you know that I was going to kill her? And then he's like, I could still put the incident behind me. And then he's like, my sister turned your microphone on early. We were broadcasting this whole conversation. Two of them were reporters in the press conference.
I love how he's like, it can't be on. He's like, yeah, it is.
So, yeah, with the truth finally out, Sanford was forced to suspend his campaign and became the subject of an investigation into his connection to the bombing and Natalie's death. But then, like I said, I love that it seemed like the case was trying to bring Marissa and Alec back together. But nope. I guess we're friends. He said unique friends. I was like, burn! Let's just be friends. And she's like, I can live with that. I was like, what?
Unique friends? Well, what's she gonna say? Yeah.
And then so she's like, oh, she's still grieving for Jace. And Alec's like, yeah, let's go get Carrie out. But he's like, oh shoot, I got plans with Rose. And so it's like, Marissa left the apartment and Alec was finally ready to move on because he removed his wedding ring after all this time.
Uh-huh.
Like, he even wore it on the date with Rose now that when I went back and looked.
Mm-hmm.
So then we cut to 6 weeks later and we see Rose and she's talking on the phone, and she's heading to her car, and she's like, "I'll see you tonight." She hangs up the phone, and then as she got to her car, she noticed that it had a flat tire, and this tow truck driver was approaching her to offer her to patch her tire. But as he bent down to take a look at the tire, another man came up behind her. She tried to throw a punch, but the tow truck driver pulled out a gun, and he's like, "Yeah, freeze, Rose." She held her hands up. What can you do? You know, never go to the second location. You're an MI6 agent, lady. Just and the screen fades to black as they drive off, and I'm just like, you sons of bitches! If you kill Rose, so help me God. Just to get him back with Marissa when she said when he was finally moved on. Do you know how mad I would be?
Yeah, they threw in the windowless panel van, but I mean, I think it was just a cliffhanger. You know,
of course it's a cliff. No, they might though.
Oh, you think?
Like people really like that relationship. From what I went on Reddit and I went to the Irrational.
What with him and the ex-wife, or
yeah, they want them back together.
Oh yeah.
So I don't like Rose though. So maybe we can have a throuple. Let's
oh my, there you go.
Why not? It's 2024. Why not?
Exactly.
Let's see. Yeah, so I talked about Phoebe already, and she was all like upset, but like he literally got her the job because he's Alec. He knows.
Oh yeah, he said, you know, I didn't say anything, so I wanted to be her choice and stuff.
Yeah. And then also Kylie has been hired as an independent contractor with the FBI cyber department because she wants to use her superpowers for good rather than helping greedy corporations.
You knew that was coming.
Of course. I thought she would have started up her own tech company or something like that. But this is the step. I feel like that's where that's headed, definitely. This is a solid... I give it a gentleman's B-. I mean, it's procedural, it's basic, it's predictable.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's enjoyable. I like all the characters. The cast has really come together over season 1 and solidified and has great chemistry. So if you're looking for a new like procedural that you can scroll, like you watch while you scroll TikTok, I highly recommend it. That's just what people do.
A new comfort procedural, yes.
Yeah. It's hard to find comfort procedurals, to be honest. I know it's propaganda, but like most of TV is propaganda, babes. The whole MCU is propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, sort of, I guess, but I mean, he's not even a cop in this, so it's not as...
Yeah, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like lazy Sherlock tropes, but I like it. Like I said, that's kind of my favorite. Like I love House. And again, I love Psych. I love Monk. So this is right in that wheelhouse.
Yeah, and just like any show, it's like season 1. A lot of times they're finding footing.
It's gonna be rough.
I can't wait to see what they do in season 2.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get a nice car for him. I'm still upset that they blew up that nice car in the pilot.
Yeah,
I'm so freaking mad. I think that was his midlife crisis car, though, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was what the hint was.
Oh, yeah, because he just turned 40.
He feels offended that they're supposed to be the same age.
Exactly.
Oh, God. So, yeah, no. I don't know really what to say. I like it. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and if they, apparently this comes on USA Network sometimes, too. They premiered the pilot episode on USA.
I think we did talk that during the premiere. Yeah.
But I guess they kept doing it, and I'm just like, is there nothing on USA anymore? Or like, I haven't watched USA Network shows since.
Neither have I. I don't know if there's any shows on there. Because I think I know they show SVU episodes sometimes.
What's the one with Matt Bomber? That one too. I haven't watched since then. It's like the late 2010s. No, like the mid 2010s. I haven't watched a USA show. They had some good stuff though. Covert Affairs.
Was that where Suits was, or was that something there?
Yeah, Suits was on USA. I only watched half of season 1. I did actually just binge watch the spinoff to that show, Pearson, but it only had one season that got canceled. And now they're allegedly doing another Suits spinoff with Stephen Amell.
Yep.
And I'm just like, was he even in Suits? Like, what the hell? I must be really out of the loop.
I mean, I didn't watch the show either, but is it just it's set in a different city or something, or?
Yeah, but like Jessica Pearson, the spinoff Pearson that it's based on, she was actually like the partner of the love. I do not remember Stephen Amell showing up in Suits, so that's gonna be weird. It's supposed to be Suits LA, basically, right?
I think that's what
that's what I read. So yeah, all right. Or is it going to be a Peacock original? Like, what is it going to be on USA? I didn't read all the way down. I just saw Stephen Amell, and I'm like, I can't believe they hired a scab and stopped reading.
Oh, I mean,
look at him and Drew Barrymore on my shit list.
Oh, I know.
Like, I love Drew Barrymore. I'm just so disappointed in her.
I know. Hold on,
But like Stephen Amell just proved my point. Like I told you, he kind of went off the deep end after the end of Arrow, and he kind of turned into a real jerk. And he was just leaning into it. He is really trying to be a heel. Hey-o, shout out to that show that got canceled.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. No, it's saying NBC.
But Suits wasn't even on NBC.
I know, but I know.
It was Suits LA, wasn't it? I knew it.
It is Suits LA. Yep.
Who else do they have in here besides Stephen Amell? Like, I don't get. Like, he wasn't in the show, was he?
I don't know. I mean, unless they're just gonna bring in one old cast member and just build a new cast out of this or whatever.
Are they gonna bring Harvey back?
I mean,
well, because what's it like the main stars, which Meghan Markle was in the show, and like and the other main character got married, and that's like the end of that.
Oh, they're bringing in Josh McDermott, okay, who played Eugene on The Walking Dead.
Okay, but he wasn't in Suits either, so I don't know what's going on.
But I'm just saying, I think they're building a brand new cast. They're just bringing in names.
Okay.
All right. So, again, I never watched the originals. I don't know, but yeah.
I just want to know who from the original show is coming back to make it an actual spinoff. Oh, okay. They're just making them one of the character's friends or something. Oh, that's the worst kind of backdoor pilot.
Hey-oh.
Okay.
Whatever. Why? How are they doing it?
Like because he wasn't even originally involved in the show at all, so they're just making him a friend. So it's gonna be like the old one of the old characters from the show.
Oh, he's a friend of one of the old characters.
So they're probably gonna bring him. They're probably only gonna have like a phone conversation or something.
Yeah, you'll see the original cast member for 5 minutes in the first episode. Okay.
Those are the worst kind of backdoor pilots. I hate those. But to each their own. Suits was a popular show for its time, and they're still trying to cling on to it desperately because Universal doesn't have too many properties. I mean, they have SVU and they have Fast and the Furious. That's it. They have the movies, and that's the TV show franchise. Chicago. This is Chicago stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really have to say today. Sorry.
That's okay. No. Yeah. No. Well, we could discuss. I don't think. Again, we're recording ahead, so we'll have a little bit of time to decide. But I don't know. I don't think we have a topic for next time.
Huh?
It's. What we could do since we have some time, because I'm like a week or two behind. Would you want to do another Law and Order episode? Because I think this past Thursday, Sam Waterston's last episode. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do a little farewell Sam Waterston.
Or we can even do like a Jack McCoy retrospective or something.
Oh, that's too short notice.
I know. Because I think they said, I don't think it was his last one, but maybe the episode or two before, his 400th episode of Law and Order.
Your fave could never.
He started in the 90s. I know. And that show still took like a 10-year break, and he's had 400 episodes. I'm like, damn.
Bro, that Dick Wolf universe is epic.
I mean, look at him, Mariska. I mean, they must be good.
Shout out to Ice-T holding on to that job for dear life because Coco likes her nice things.
Because I was going to say, between the three shows, I mean, now that Sam Waterston's gone, the only like OGs that are left are Mariska, Ice-T.
That's it.
Well,
because you got to remember, Ice-T came in at the end of season 1. He's not even.
I know. No,
original.
I know. And Stabler on his show. That's it.
Yeah.
Those three.
I still say we need to bring Criminal Intent back. We need another, like, we need a more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, a more intimate, like, I think that's why I liked Criminal Intent, because it was just the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, it was just two partners, and then they had, like, their boss that they answer to. Shout out to Courtney Vance, a.k.a. Angela Bassett's husband.
I haven't finished my rewatch of that yet, but yeah, eventually don't they start bringing in different detectives too and stuff?
Yeah, they leave and they come in, and those guys were good too. But like, there's nothing like Vincent D'Onofrio. Like, I love me some Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's what I was gonna say. Even if we don't do a revival, we need Vincent D'Onofrio in here somewhere.
Definitely.
Just to do like a guest shot on an episode of one of these.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I want a more intimate Law and Order show again too.
Yeah. So when we come back, kids, we'll cover Sam Waterston's last episode.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Okay. Because literally,
I'll try to find some of his best episodes. I'm sure there's a list somewhere.
I'm sure it'll never happen. I'd love to get an interview with him. It's like, man, you've played the same character for like 30-some years.
You know, I told you have a better shot at getting iced tea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just DM Coco on Twitter.
Why isn't he on there anyway?
We have a podcast. We really love to have your husband on.
Let's talk some SVU. Let's talk some. Isn't he into gaming? Let's talk some gaming.
Yeah. Let's talk about the next tour you're doing. He's low key sometimes always on tour. Like whenever SVU ain't shooting, he's on tour. Yeah.
I mean,
his concerts are interesting. I'll say that.
Oh, and then he does those. Do you ever see those? He's been doing commercials. What is it for? Like some kind of auto insurance or something? Or
that's the new thing for all the celebs, ain't it? I seen Jordana Brewster in like the general commercial. I'm like, what the hell is going? Oh, Hollywood money ain't money and no more.
Oh yeah, that's what they say.
People used to look down on doing commercials, bro.
Back in the day, you'd never get a big name celebrity.
Like they used to do overseas commercials, thinking we'd never find them.
Yeah, but now that's
looking at you, Ryan Reynolds hemorrhoid cream.
Oh.
That's just an exaggeration, although it might actually be one out there. I don't know.
You never know. I mean, look, Christopher Walken did one for the Super Bowl. What?
Christopher Walken? He can do whatever he wants. He was in a Fat Boys Slim video.
He can do whatever he wants.
You never know what Walken's gonna do.
He ain't walking.
What's the beauty of Walken?
He ain't walking away from that money. Oh my God, that's the other thing. Like, I know, like, back in the day, I remember at a point where they got to, like, what was it, like $1 million or $2 million for a Super Bowl ad. I think this year, did they say it was a 7? Was it 7?
I think so. That sounds about right.
For
Inflation, babes.
For like 30 seconds, $7 million. Oh my God. I was like, that's insane. $7 million.
Well, corporations are always, it was $7 million. But the most, like, it was anywhere between 5.5 and $7 million, depending. But the most expensive one was $7 million.
I mean, again, we know the corporations are hoarding.
There were 59 commercials.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell me the NFL don't have no money. Jeez.
They got that Taylor Swift influx, too, so. Like, man. Sometimes it looks appealing to sell your soul to the devil. And then you remember, oh, yeah, the devil's petty. More petty than Phil. I don't want no parts of that.
Oh, God. That's...
Like, it's just, like, they didn't even try. It felt so scripted. Everything in the world feels so scripted and predictable right now.
And again, the NFL, it's like, tell me it's not rigged. Tell me it's not, the outcome isn't predetermined. With that much money going through, they're really going to leave that to chance. Okay.
I do want a petition to have the Super Bowl in Las Vegas every year, though. I think that would actually make it, like, I know, like, every city needs the revenue, but, like...
I mean, I could see them wanting to do that too, because you're not gonna get like 10 feet of snow or anything. It's not gonna,
or even rain at that time of year. Or anything,
yeah, exactly.
And the whole point of having your Super Bowl, you have to have like a dome, right? Like so, like I know other cities need the revenue, but like I think that would just make it a little better. I don't know how else to put it. Like, because when it was in Tampa, like I was just like, ugh, it was miserable.
I mean,
I think one of the best Super Bowls they had, what was that, like, way back when they had it in Detroit? Like, that city really needed the money, so, like, I felt like people went all out. Like, I get it, like, why they have to have it in different cities, but I think Vegas, making it permanently in Vegas, or, like, once every 5 years, we're going to be in Vegas or something like that.
Yeah, something. They should be a regular stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl anymore, so. Thank God football season is over. But hockey season's still going, so there's that. There's just nothing happening in the world besides war right now, so it's kind of depressing. It's like war and like politics. Because unfortunately in America, like we're very T-minus and counting to the election day, and I am not going to be here in the month of January 2025, so don't even ask me, Phil. Like, we need to pre-record.
Oh,
I don't need another insurrection day, so I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
I'm getting the hell out of here for the month of January of 2025, just so you know. I don't plan to be here.
January 2025. Where's Lilith? She's in the Orient getting high on opium? Yes.
More like the Philippines.
Oh, my.
I'm going to be very, very far away. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, jeez. All right, so anything else, Lilith?
No, you don't have anything to rant about, surprisingly, Phil? Nobody's pissed you off lately?
Well, I mean, of course, obviously, as with many people, I have AT&T for my phone service. So, of course, on Wednesday, I was really pissed. But was that Wednesday or Thursday?
I think that was Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. But
Yeah, did you know that the pharmacies were down too in a separate attack, and they definitely chalked that up to a cyber attack?
Oh,
so there were like people who couldn't get their medicine.
Well, yeah,
that was like crazy.
I mean, I was looking online on the computer, and under all the articles, people are, some people need their phones for their work, like all those DoorDash people and stuff. They're like, I need my phone for work.
Yeah, like I woke up, I was like, well, thank God I don't use T-Mobile or any of those.
No.
Shout out to Metro PCS.
Yeah, no, but AT&T, I said it's so weird. I was like on my way to work. I stopped for gas. I get back in the car. All of a sudden, my phone's on work. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I had people calling me via Facebook over Wi-Fi. Like, I was like, bro, why are you calling me over Facebook? Like, I don't watch the news hardly ever anymore. So if it doesn't, if it's something that doesn't affect me, that I don't have to like jump online to figure out, I don't care.
But again, yeah, people are just like, oh, all you people, you're dependent on your phones. Well, it's like, society's kind of...
Well, that's what the world's built on now.
Society's kind of forced
I have a
us that
friend
way.
who literally can't find their way home without Google Maps. Like, bad sense of direction. Like, no, couldn't tell you north from south, east from west. Yeah. Gets lost 3 blocks away from home type thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, babes, I grew up reading paper maps, MapQuest, printing them out. Like,
yep, printing them
y'all
out.
Better get back in touch with that shit real quick.
That's the thing.
Like, I still memorize people's phone numbers. I'm not relying on my phone at all. So
that's the thing.
Little life pro tip from Lilith Hellfire.
That's the thing. If the infrastructure ever went down, there's a lot of people be in trouble.
Like, oh my God, like Gen Z and Gen Alpha definitely wouldn't know what to do unless they were raised by preppers, which is a rising thing, but still not enough. Yep. So yeah, I guess we can leave it there.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, next time we'll cover Sam Waterston's final Law & Order episode, and then in 2 weeks, we'll get to Kill Bill Volume 2. So, and I will put on the schedule what we talked about for episode 69, Lilith.
Okay, perfect. I think it's only fitting. I think that's fine.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a nice kickoff to the summer, because like I said, that'll come out at the end of May. So, yeah. All right. And it's very much on brand. So yes, kids. So send us your thoughts on the Irrational, the Law and Order stuff. Like I said, Kill Bill Volume 2 is coming up, or just any requests of stuff for us to speak of. Email us saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. That's saltyandpetty69@gmail.com.
You remember.
Yeah, she beats me when I forget. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. And, of course, you can always find all past episodes of Salty and Petty and other Capes and Lunatics productions. You can find those. You can find the YouTube. You can find social media for everything. You can find our merchandise. Please help support these shows. Buy some merch. And again, Lil's favorite, just if you want to just give us free money, yes, rain money on us with the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon, where you think Salty and Petty is random. Oh, completely uncensored content on Patreon, where we talk whatever. We talk the AVN Awards for the February episode, and then in March, put on your tinfoil hats. Lilith Hellfire's conspiracy theories are coming. So make sure you subscribe now and find everything I just mentioned at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. And you can find Lilith Hellfire on the Facebooks about 5 minutes every month.
That's when I'm accepting friend requests, when I'm going to like your pictures and make a comment. Yep.
During a certain phase of the moon. Yes. All right, so yes, friend Lilith.
New moons are better than full moons. Hot take.
Heyo.
There's nothing to get wet about anyway.
But yes, kids, you're lucky if you can friend her, because she is busy.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. Just take a nice trip to upstate New York, pop some mushrooms, and have some fun.
Come on, plausible deniability. Yeah, she loves them on her pizza.
Exactly. Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. Nothing. Conversely, nothing will ever be as disappointing as finding out mellow mushroom pizza place. It's just regular mushrooms. Nothing will ever be as disappointing.
Oh, jeez.
Pull yourself up and slip into it.
Oh my! That should have been the opening for this month's Patreon.
Oh yeah. No, it should have been.
I think the pants come off next.
If you're starting your corn with the pants on scene, what are you doing?
Oh, I thought you meant
Fast forward to the money shot.
I thought I meant the viewer's pants, not the. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think the pants come off next.
No, Lilith jumps right into her porn.
It's in his prison purse.
I get it.
All right, so
It's fine having a sausage fest.
Do the package drop.
Which package drop?
Getting a package every.
Oh, I thought you meant one of yours. Okay, now
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day. I blew that.
Thank you for joining us. Again, next time, we'll talk to Sam Waterston's Farewell from Law and Order, and then in 2 weeks, we'll get back. We'll get
The bride will be back.
Kill Bill Volume 2. As the countdown to Salty and Petty 69, episode 69 begins. Oh, next episode will be 59. So yeah, the road to 69. Come back next time. Don't be irrational.
Or we'll blow you up.
Oh, no, Lilith will just burn you.